What's up? Aloha. Hello. Whatever fucking greeting you want. Paul from the band Kai is here to talk some shit. Remember, if you're looking for my latest CD, which is A Glimpse into a Violent Past, there's only one place to get it right now. Well, actually, two. One is Fomorian Productions, and the other is Through the Realms of Rock. 400 Broad Street, Milford, PA. No, that's not paid. That's just giving a shout out to the homeboys. Anyway, some questions I get asked, I figure, fuck it, I can answer them. I've been asked by my buddy, from Metal Sclerosis, as well as several others. Paul, how do you decide, or how do you come up with a riff idea? And I'm like, I really don't know. I just kind of sit there and go like, sticks, and I like it, which I kind of dug that. I keep it. It's pretty much it. Not a whole lot of thought goes into the riffing. It's just what sounds cool to my ears. Like, I just finished writing a new song recently. I did a short where I played it, but between that short and actually recording it, I totally changed my mind. And the song changed. Because I was sitting there going, I wonder. And then I started playing this instead. I started doing crap like that, going, does it work? Because I really wanted to use the riff that was like. I like that riff a lot, and I know it doesn't sound death metal, but I don't care if it sounds traditional death metal or not. I write what the fuck I want to hear. And for some reason, I really wanted to hear that riff. And the original riff that went into that was something like, I was like, it's cool, but it doesn't really have that flow I like. And then I was sitting there digging around more, and all of a sudden I was and that became my main verse riff for a new song called Night of the Falling Sands. And how that riff came about, since for some reason people are like, I want to hear how you came up with it. I was just digging around because I thought this sounded, that's it. I thought that was cool. I was sitting there like, and then I'm like, well, that's not gonna make a Kai song, but I really like that freaking. So how am I gonna work that into a damn song? And you know, after like an hour, if I can play right. You know, I kept doing that crap over and over again, then it turned into that's kind of how I did it. And then after I recorded, you know, the rhythm tracks that play that shit, I was like, you know, maybe I should do a little melody over the. So that came out. Something like that. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but that's kind of how I write. I just find one little thing that sounds cool, and I base everything for the rest of it off of that. And you know, I'd already had the chorus line written, which sounds more like 80s cock rock than death metal. But when you hear the final song, you know, you can be the judge of how it works. I think it came out great. And then, you know, I get asked once in a great while, Paul, how do you practice? And I really don't practice per se. I just play and just sit around like. I do shit like that. And then a lot of times when I'm doing that, the genesis of a song is born. And, you know, I'm not complaining, but genesis of a song is born. That sounds fucking redundant, doesn't it? Great job on my damn vocabulary skills today and grammatical shit. But hey, I write death metal. I don't fucking write encyclopedias. Oh, nobody does that anymore either. It's just a Wikipedia entry that may or may not be real. But yeah, you know, for my practicing, it's just, like I said before, I play either songs I've already written or just random parts of songs I like Slayer. A lot of times Slayer is my warm-up. And if I can't play it right, at tempo or anything, then I know I'm not ready to play. But so, you know, I gotta keep going. So sometimes I just do shit like the slower parts. Or I do the other guitar part. Slayer. So I warm up. Sometimes I go through riffs after Slayer by shit like Death. I know I didn't play that exactly right, but I don't care because the whole point is that's used for warming up. You know, and got to get the pinch ready. And yeah, so I just go through a bunch of crap, whatever, for like half an hour. Or sometimes maybe I'll just sit there like this for like 20 minutes. I know I didn't play any of that right, but I wasn't necessarily trying to play dissection. That's just the answers to some questions about Paul. How do you write riffs, and how do you practice? And sometimes I do the lame ass exercises, which aren't really lame. But the whole point for me of practicing is just fun because I love playing guitar. I don't really sit there and go like, okay, today I have to go and I better work on my hammer. No, it's not. I don't practice that stuff very often. I mean, lately I've been sitting there going like, I got this fucking thing, how's that work? Someday I'll figure it out, but yeah. So sometimes I dick with that and just go, But then again, I sound like an idiot because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with that. Whammy bar shit's still new to me. Dive bombs and all that. I'm gonna have to watch Necron's channel, see his live video, so that way I can learn how to use a fucking whammy bar. But yeah, so I guess that's basically it. Other news and highlights are I started working last week finally after like 2 months of hunting, and I finally get paid next Friday. So, that's great. No more being a bum after this week. So, yeah. Everybody that helped me out, thank you. Seriously, thank you again. And I promise, after this week, I'm not going to be a bum anymore. Going, fuck, I need some money. Because, it's going to start rolling in. As long as I'm not stupid with it and go, oh, look, I got a paycheck. I can go buy like a new astronaut beanie because I got to keep my bald head warm. Which, they got those at Realms of Rock. I would love to buy a new astronaut beanie, but no, I got to worry about saving money that comes in so that way I can get caught up on all the other shit. And also, my family needs to eat, not watch me walk around in cool merch. But if you want to help me out for this week, that'd be great. There's my t-shirts from Evaristo 1974 on eBay. You got all your I t-shirts there, or CDs off of Bandcamp, Conqueror King and Tales from the Land of Fire. I think that's about it for this video. Let's do the shout out stuff. That Goat Metal Show. Those guys rule. Tone Joker, the silent producer, and of course, the Goat Master himself, Barry. They got your Bochinche, they got your news, they got happenings of live shows all over the places, new releases, all sorts of crap. And of course, Mandatory Metal Sunday every week with Shred Beard and the Toasted Goat, where they have random guests on there. Like last week, I had some guy named Harloha who likes to do comedy shit. They've had Deadly Grounds Coffee. They've had a guy from Electrocutioner, my bad, a thrash band from New York. They've had all sorts of guests. They had the guy from, I should know this because they're cool, and it's on, the cheat sheets on the other guitar. They've had the guy from Goat Throne Records on there. They've had Iron Megan from the Gemini Twins podcast, which you should watch that, with her and her sister. They're entertaining, very funny. But she's been on there doing tarot readings. So, they have all sorts of guests. They've even had me on there for a few minutes here and there. Then, of course, the Witching Hour with Lord Necron. Jamming out all badass with Francisco. And the Toasted Goat also has his weekly Saturday radio show. That guy rules. Metal Sclerosis, has an interview up on his channel with me. That was a fun time. You guys should check that out. I really don't know what else to say on this. So maybe I'll just end it with a riff. Yeah, end with riffing. I played it wrong, but who cares? Take it easy. Thank you.